Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Aparna Pujar, and today I'll be talking about the differences between the Indian legal system and US legal system. Since my experience has been mostly in New York in USA and Mumbai in India, and in specifically in litigation, this video will more specifically deal with New York, Mumbai, and the differences in the litigation system. So the first difference is in the court system. The US law is based on common law and it has a federal structure. So it has both federal courts and state courts. And you will file a case or a lawsuit in a federal court or a state court depending on the kind of claim. However, India, even though it follows the common law legal system, it falls under the framework of a unitary legal system. So there are no separate federal courts and separate state courts. Now the second difference is the difference between the trial systems. In the US, there is a trial, and most trials are before a jury, and especially in personal injury cases, in commercial cases, the trial is before a jury. However, in India, there is no jury system. It is more judge-centric, and in India, the jury system was abolished in the 1960s. So that is another major difference in how the trials are conducted. Now again, one major difference I saw between the legal system in India and in US, more particularly in Mumbai while I was practicing, there was a difference in the roles played by solicitors and advocates, especially influenced by the British legal system. So the solicitors would be the ones who would manage the case, speak to the clients, and do all the legal paperwork, but they would never argue motions or do the oral argument in court or do the trial, and they would hire outside advocates, and more particularly known as counsels, junior counsels, senior counsels, especially in Mumbai, to do the oral argument. However, there is no such difference in the US system. Attorneys have to do everything. Basically, they have to manage the case, do the paperwork, and also appear in the court and represent their clients, do the deposition, do the trial. So there is no distinction between a solicitor and advocate in the US system, except when it comes to appeals. There are times when the firm asks a counsel who specifically has specialized in appeal practice to represent the client. However, in general, at least in the first court level, the attorneys in the law firm handle from start to the end entirely themselves. In my personal experience, while I was practicing in Mumbai, and honestly I had great experience, but I never really argued big motions by myself in the court, nor did I do any cross-examination while I was practicing in Mumbai, because there used to always be a senior counsel or a counsel on the case who I would assist and who I would help do it. Even the partner I was working with would never do it herself, because that's how the system is in Mumbai, that our firm did all the paperwork and met with the client, discussed the case with the client, and from start to till the case has developed so much that you have to go to the court, then we used to give the file to the junior counselor, senior advocate to deal with it. And there were a few small appearances that I would do in court in Bombay High Court. However, they were very small and not very consequential. However, the difference is in the US, as soon as I started practicing, as soon as I was admitted after my bar exam, I go to court almost every day, and however small, big the motion is, I need to argue with myself, and I need to do depositions by myself. I need to draft motions, write appeals, everything by myself, and go to court. So that, I think, was a major difference that I found while practicing. And this is a very silly difference. It does not really, it's not really a legal system difference as such, but just a small difference was that I go to court so often, so many times we need to write the order or something by ourselves. I've noticed that nobody in the US uses cursive writing, and they use the script writing. However, in India, we were taught how to write in cursive, and that's how everybody writes. And I noticed that many people would not, although I have a good handwriting, many people would not understand what I'm writing in the code is because I use cursive. And although they know how to write cursive, but in general practice, they only write in script. So not really a legal difference, but this is something that I found out, and I have to make a conscious effort now to write in script and not in cursive. The fourth difference is the paralegal system that's present in the US. Paralegals play a very critical role in the legal system in the US. They are trained legal professionals, however, they're not licensed. So they cannot appear in the court, but they do the major chunk of work that goes on in the legal practice. They do the discovery, they draft motions, they meet with the clients, and they do a lot of work, and they are very critical and like a big asset in a law firm. However, in India, there was no such system of a paralegal. All the paperwork was done by attorneys or was handed over to a law clerk or an intern or a junior lawyer, and there was no such paralegal system who are trained for it. But I've seen that these days paralegal system it's starting to come up in India too. The fifth difference is the deposition system that is present in the US legal, mostly in discovery part. So a deposition is when a party or a witness to a lawsuit provides its testimony under oath. It does not really happen in the court, but it usually happens in an attorney's office. The most important part about this was that it happens before the trial, that this testimony is provided, and it usually happens in an attorney's office. There is no equivalent process as such in India. In India, the witness or the party provides their testimony during the trial, but no such thing happens during the discovery period. No witness really provides their testimony during the discovery period, and it's only directly during the trial. So that is one major difference. The last difference that I will be talking about is the bar exam system. Of course, there are a lot of difference between the Indian legal system and the US legal system, but of course I am only limiting it to these 6. So the bar exam in India, there is only one bar exam, which is the AIBE. This is All India Bar Exam, which is conducted by the Bar Council of India. And if you clear this exam, you can practice in any court in India, and it's an open book system. However, the bar exam in the US is really different. Each state has a different bar exam, and if it's under a uniform bar exam system, then you can transfer your score from one state to another to get admitted in that state. And if you pass the New York bar exam, it means that you can only practice in the New York state. And also the bar exam in the US is much more rigorous and intense. you really need to study for around 2 to 3 months before the bar exam, and it's not open book, and there are many parts in the bar exam like NE, MBE, NPT, many parts. So that is a major difference again. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you find any other difference, then please write it in the comment section below. Thank you.